Hi, I'm continuing in Lima this week. Thought I'd talk a bit more about allocations. When we talk about allocations, there's a part of allocations that often gets talked about in terms of activities. Something a number of years ago, developed called activity-based costing. The idea behind activity-based costing is that there's activities that drive the cost that accumulate for different sorts of behaviors. So if you can track those activities, you can start to assign cost based upon the activities that are performed. Sometimes the activities don't have a direct cost relationship. Sometimes those activities might not accumulate any financial transaction, but the activity that's performed by a person, for example, paying a person is in their salary and wages and that sort of thing, but you want to track what that person does in order to say how much that person does is attributable to some other output. That idea of activity-based costing can be taken a long ways and can become very complex if you try to measure every different activity. But it gets kind of to the heart of what an allocation process is trying to find a measure, a driver of some kind for the cost that accumulates in different things. Just yesterday I was in a conversation where we were talking about cost in banking, and I posited to a coworker, I said, how many things do you think a bank could measure about each activity that a customer might take with that bank in order to get to the cost of serving a customer? You have things like interest payments, going to ATMs, going to branch offices, late payments, writing checks, teller time, all of those kinds of things could be drivers of the cost of serving a customer. So as you think about doing this sort of work, it starts to get more complex because in some cases we don't capture the activity data as well as we do the financial data. Our financial systems were automated early. There's a high reason why we control money, and yet the other activities we have, sometimes we let that data spill all over the place and it disappears almost as soon as we accumulate it or as soon as it happens. That's one challenge that comes in this process of allocation, is finding the activity, capturing the activity, to be able to then use that activity to divide up the costs that have accumulated in some way to get to a cost per unit or whatever you want to measure.